AI is artificial intelligence. In my case, it's become Anil intelligence.
I see.
The way we learn and the way we prepare for future-ready job roles is going to change. The kind of jobs that we're going to be going after, the kinds of ideas that we may even want to create as ventures and incubate in the world are very different from what they were even 5 years ago.
Within that vein of thinking, is there any idea or concept related to artificial intelligence that you think that every student, regardless of their discipline, should be aware of?
And that's the best part about Krea. It's everything is interwoven by design.
Yeah. These days, large language models and text-to-image generation, what most people broadly think of as artificial intelligence today, is everywhere. It's in our essays, our art, our music, perhaps even our ideas. And that raises a lot of new questions about what it means to be creative and whether we can still learn and collaborate in the same way that we used to. Welcome to the KreAItive Dialogue, a podcast that brings together ideas, disciplines, and perspectives to explore how AI is reshaping the way we teach, learn, and create at Krea. I'm Shiv. I'm a fourth year studying at the School of Interwoven Arts and Sciences. And joining me today is Professor Anil Srinivasan, a visiting professor of practice of literature and the arts at Krea, and also the founder of two groundbreaking initiatives in education, Rhapsody and Crew, which provides bright high school students with the unique opportunity to cultivate real-world skills using project-based learning. So, Professor, I want to start immediately off by asking you, how has AI affected you? How has it changed how you learn and teach and conduct research in your own field?
AI has definitely changed lives significantly. For me, it's been dramatic because I almost think like life and the world was, as we knew it, ended in 2019. And post 2019 and the pandemic, our discovery as well as use and research using AI suddenly sort of catapulted, right? You had a rocket ship of AI suddenly coming in, and now it's almost as if you can't live without it. So there are multiple, starting from everyday prompts, stuff that one looks up, which we used to use Google search for. We are now getting Perplexity, or we're getting any of the AI, ChatGPT or Grok or whatever, to give us like extended essays on stuff that we want to read. I have to say I cheat a lot for your classes, which means that I'm actually loading some of the journal articles into AI and asking it to give me a summary. And I'm using it from those sort of very everyday ways to also doing comparative analysis, research, and so on. So I'm using a multiplicity of tools for many of these things. So I would say AI is artificial intelligence. In my case, it's become Anil intelligence.
I see. So, Professor, I'm quite skeptical of the rapid involvement of artificial intelligence in industry, but also education. And that, I think, gives me a reason to be skeptical.
Okay.
But what I'm concerned primarily with is how students are sort of replacing their own activity with ChatGPT.
Yeah.
So my next question is, how would you teach students to use these models as a tool or a medium as opposed to just an abject replacement for human activity?
So one of the things, Shiv, that we need to be aware of is that, as you know, many of the larger companies worldwide are even laying off people as we speak, because agentic AI is replacing a lot of conventional jobs. So I think the way we learn and the way we prepare for future-ready job roles is going to change. The kind of jobs that we're going to be going after, the kinds of ideas that we may even want to create as ventures and incubate in the world are very different from what they were even 5 years ago. So I would say, rather than be skeptical about it, I think you need to embrace it and look at ways in which you can allow yourself to be transformed by it, but also ways in which you can use it to transform the realities you want to create. So I wanted to say that right up front.
Okay.
The other thing I want to say is that in my classrooms, and what I'm trying to do is actually encourage using AI to perform certain routine things that earlier used to take days to do. I'm getting students to do it in class. So I'm one of those really naughty people who's encouraging students to use their phones in class.
Okay.
And I'm saying, hey, you know what? I'm talking about this specific musical artist, and we are doing an analysis of their net worth. So we are bringing arts and economics together. I am telling them to use Perplexity or use ChatGPT and I'm saying, look up their net worth, do an analysis, and then let's start doing a comparison. So I'm actually using it as a time saver. In other cases, I'm actually asking them to use AI to power their projects through, saying, skip section 1 and 2, which earlier used to end up occupying 3 weeks
Okay.
of your time. Skip that, but focus now more on critically thinking through, okay, if this is the situation, these are the facts and analysis that AI has already provided. How will you use that to create a new model? How will you use that to create something interesting and new that you could use this idea for proactively in the future? So I'm actually using that to propel what I would call critical thinking, new ways of thinking about things, and a lot of innovative, I would say, encouraging the innovation mindset, right?
Okay.
Because AI is a weapon, it's a tool. It's entirely up to you to use it the way you want to use it, to be able to power through into looking at new realities.
So,
I
in
just
that
said a whole
line,
bunch of jargon words. It sounds like hashtags that I'm talking about, but I'm serious. Okay.
fair enough.
What would I say? About 25 years ago, when the internet first started becoming mainstream, you know, the way we did academic rigor, the way we did pedagogy changed.
Right.
Right. So it meant that you didn't have to spend 3 weeks doing library searches. It got done in 3 days.
Right.
Now, what can happen in 3 days is happening for you in 30 seconds because it's doing multiple comparisons. So I'm saying use it to actually speed up the rate of innovation.
Okay.
I'm a tech optimist.
Fair enough.
I don't think that the Armageddon is here. Okay.
Okay.
I actually think it's good times ahead.
So, within that vein of thinking, is there any idea or concept related to artificial intelligence that you think that every student, regardless of their discipline, should be aware of?
I think, I mean, you don't need that from me. I think you've got enough people telling you some basic tools that everybody needs to be aware of. You know, right from a Perplexity or a a Gemini or a Meta AI for simple searches, right down to a Grammarly or whatever you have for, let's say, language construction. If you're in music, I'd say become very aware of Suno or become aware of Aiva or one of those kinds of tools. If you're in product optimization, there are tools for that. So there are general things like core and skills. There are also specialized AI tools depending on the domains you want to go into. And everybody, I think, should start becoming comfortable with them. Like anything else that we don't know, once you get to know them, you'll realize it's actually more your companion than your replacement or your enemy.
Okay. All right. So, with that in mind, has there been any project that you've seen at Krea which has used AI in a manner that you thought was meaningful?
I think Mitansh and Vinay and Adviti are working on Sibling,
All right.
which is a mental health app. And
Yeah.
I'm very proud to say that I'm associated with mentoring them also because I handle a lot of the entrepreneurship stuff. And I believe that they're going to be using a lot of AI to power through looking at mental health, counseling help for students. And I think that's an important space and a space where AI can actually help mass accelerate and scale ideas like that rapidly.
Okay, cool. Well,
I wouldn't know too much about the computer science students because I don't teach you.
that's
Great pity that I don't teach you actually.
well. I'm always looking forward to collaborative endeavors
And
within.
that's the best part
disciplines.
about Krea. Everything is interwoven by design.
Yeah. Well, anyway.
I should get more money for saying that, by the way.
Well, anyway, so that brings us to the end of one fantastic episode of KreAItive Dialogue. Thank you so much, Professor, for joining us.
Thank you, Shiv.
And to everyone listening at home, stay tuned for more episodes to come along your way. Thank you.